The average tax refund is over $3,000, and most people spend it within a few days of it hitting their banks. So ask yourself, do you want to watch that money disappear right before your eyes, or do you want to use it to enjoy life and set yourself up for financial success? After spending thousands of dollars of my own tax refunds over the years, I finally figured out a 3-step strategy to use this extra bonus money without depriving myself and without wasting it on stupid stuff that I regretted later. And these strategies have been a game changer for everyone I've helped take control of their finances. Because when you're intentional with your refund, it can be the boost you need to stop living paycheck to paycheck, build real financial security, and actually enjoy your money without guilt. So before your refund disappears, put these strategies to work for you. I'm Rose Colburn, and I help people take control of their money with real, BS-free financial strategies that actually work in real life, because no one should feel like wealth is out of reach. When that refund hits, the very first thing you need to do is make sure you're covered for life's unexpected moments, because the last thing you want is to get this extra money today only to be thrown off track by one emergency expense next month. Your Freedom Fund is a savings account that sets you up for success. It's so much more than just an emergency savings account. Not only does it keep you from relying on credit cards or scrambling when the unexpected happens, like a car repair, a medical bill, or even a sudden loss of income, but it also gives you the flexibility to take advantage of new opportunities when they come your way. Anytime you receive a windfall, whether it's your tax refund, back payments, or any unexpected extra money, your Freedom Fund should be the first thing you consider. Having a target amount in mind for your Freedom Fund is key. If the money in your account isn't where you want it to be yet, use a portion of your tax refund to match what your monthly contribution is each month. For example, if you normally add $500 per month, contribute at least $500 from your refund. Now, if you don't have a Freedom Fund yet, start one today. It's the first step to real financial security. A good place to start building your Freedom Fund is to set aside at least 1 or 2 of your highest monthly expenses. For example, if your rent is $1,200 and your car payment is $400, a solid starting point is putting aside at least $1,600. Now, if that feels out of reach, then start smaller. Even $300 to $500 is better than nothing. The goal is progress, not perfection. This is where my advice is different. A lot of financial experts will tell you that you must have a fully funded emergency fund before doing anything else with your money. Most of the advice is based on this whole idea of saving up your money so that you can enjoy life after retirement. As far as I'm concerned, that's old, outdated advice. Why can't you enjoy life right now in your prime years and still save up for retirement? And let's be real, your personal financial situation doesn't always fit into their best case scenarios. Not everyone is part of a 2-income household raising 2.5 kids and earning an upper middle class income. And on the flip side, their other assumption is that you're a low-income earner with 0 financial literacy, completely ignoring the fact that many people are actually somewhere in between, doing the best they can with what they have. No matter your income level, for many people, their annual tax return is the one time a year they actually get a little breathing room. After months of careful budgeting, cutting back, and stretching every dollar, that refund can feel like a rare chance to finally spend something on themselves, guilt-free. And I agree with you 100%. You work hard all year. You shouldn't feel like you're just saving and never actually enjoying your money. So yes, I absolutely believe you should contribute to your emergency fund, or as I call it, your Freedom Fund, because having that financial security is important, but that doesn't mean you should stash away every single penny and never use it for things that truly matter to you. So now that your financial foundation is set, let's talk about this idea of enjoying your money, something the financial experts often ignore. A tax refund isn't just another paycheck. It's an opportunity. But how you use it determines whether it actually improves your life or just disappears like you never received it. That's why setting aside fun money on purpose is key. It keeps you from feeling deprived while making sure you don't waste your entire refund on impulse purchases. And here's the thing, You should enjoy it because financial freedom isn't just about saving every penny. It's about building a life that feels good to you right now while still securing your future. So instead of spending impulsively and feeling guilty later, decide ahead of time how much of your refund you want to set aside for something fun. Setting that amount is probably the hardest decision to make when it comes to your refund because you want to enjoy this money but still make progress on your financial goals. And honestly, there's no one-size-fits-all rule here. But if you do want a guideline to consider, then 10 to 20% of your refund is a good place to start. So if your refund is $3,000, that could mean setting aside $300 to $600 guilt-free. For some, 10 to 20% might feel like too much, especially if your refund is a lot higher. So consider 5% instead. For others, it might not be enough. So maybe you'll want to increase that amount or even decide on a specific dollar amount upfront based on something that you already know that you want to use this money for. Now, these percentages are simply a general guideline to give you a place to start before you go on a spending spree and suddenly realize you just blew through 50% of your refund with nothing to show for it. Once you decide how much to use for your fund money, you might need to make a decision about what to actually use it for. You don't want to just go out and blow it on stuff that you could actually buy any other time of the year. Instead, think outside the box to things that might be more meaningful or enjoyable, such as maybe a weekend getaway. A change of scenery is priceless and good for the soul. An adventure or experience with family and friends. Make memories that'll last a lifetime with those who matter the most to you. Or how about upgrading something in your home that makes your daily life better? And another idea is using it for a course or a hobby or a skill that you've been wanting to invest in. Whatever you choose, make it intentional so you actually enjoy it without regret. Now, that's not to say you shouldn't use some of your fund money for everyday things that you'll actually enjoy. To this day, more than 15 years later, my kids still talk about the year that we walked into Walmart and bought a brand new flat panel TV. You know, flat panel, like it was flat up front and great, big, huge in the back. And along with that, we bought a Wii and a stack of games. For them, it was a huge deal. It was one of those core childhood memories they've never forgotten. And honestly, neither have I, considering the Wii is still sitting right here in my office so I can play Mario Brothers whenever work gets too stressful. But fun money doesn't have to mean just buying things. There was another year that I used part of my tax refund to buy family passes to a whole bunch of places that we had been wanting to visit. Over the next few months, we took a road trip every month, visiting places like the Museum of Science and Industry, the Milwaukee Zoo, the House on the Rock, and other spots within driving distance of our home in Wisconsin. So instead of letting that money disappear on impulse purchases, we created memories that lasted far beyond tax season. Whether you spend your money on experiences or something tangible, the key is to be intentional so you actually enjoy it without regret. Now that you've covered security and fun, let's talk about the last and most important step, which is putting your refund to work for your financial goals. This is where your tax refund can actually make a real impact on your financial future. Instead of just spending what's left over, use it to make real progress toward the financial goals that matter the most to you. And here's how you can do it. Step 1, identify your top financial goals. Start by choosing 3 financial goals that you want to focus on. Maybe it's paying off debt or building savings for a house, a car, or another big expense. Or maybe it's investing in your future, whether that's retirement, stocks, or even skills that can help you earn more. Or any other goal that you're working towards. Now, if you don't know your goals, take 2 minutes to write them down. This makes all the difference in how you use your money. Step 2 is to prioritize your goals. There's 2 easy ways to prioritize them. One is to prioritize by timeline. So you have your short-term goals that are about 0 to 6 months. And they might be things like paying off a credit card, reducing some high-interest debt, or increasing your purposeful savings or freedom fund. Your medium-term goals are somewhere between 6 months and 24 months. And they might be things like saving for a big purchase, such as a vehicle, or upgrading something in your home, or another large purchase, or getting ready to start investing in like a Roth IRA, ETFs, or another long-term strategy. And that brings us to our long-term goals, which are more than 2 years. And these would be something like retirement savings, saving to start a future business, or some major investment. So the other way to prioritize them is to prioritize by urgency. Instead of time frames, ask yourself, what will make the biggest impact on my life right now? So with this approach, you can choose 3 goals to split your refund between, or you can just decide to put everything toward one goal that will have the biggest impact. So step 3 is to split your refund based on priority. Once you've set your priorities, you just divide up what's left of your refund in a way that makes sense for you. So here's one example of how you could do it. You could take 50% and put it to your highest priority goal, 30% to your medium priority goal, and 20% to your long-term goal. So if your refund was $3,000 and you put $500 in your freedom fund, then set aside $500 for personal fund spending, that leaves you with $2,000 for your financial goals. And so with this example, you would then put $1,000 towards your high priority goal, $600 towards your medium priority goal, and the remaining $400 would go to your long-term financial goal. Of course, this is just an example, and the actual breakdown will depend on your goals and your financial situation. What's important to remember is that you can take that $3,000 or whatever amount that your refund is and have a fun weekend of shopping, or you can use it to strategically move yourself forward instead of just allowing it to disappear. By using your tax refund this way, it helps you move forward without missing out on the things that matter the most to you. This is how you build financial security, enjoy life, and still make progress towards your financial goals. And if you want to make sure that your finances stay on track long after tax season, check out this video next. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.